got a 2017 Chevy SS. Bicycle ski. Pause. Hold on. Rubber.
The announcement you've all been waiting for. The next car that we are going to build on this page is... So boom, maybe that leads us into our video here. Hello and welcome.
What's going on?
Start Racing, Paxton here with Dale, community manager and co-owner of the page and business. We're just going for a little ride along to talk about what we are driving in today. What we got here, Dale?
We got a 2017 Chevy SS, better known as a Holden Commodore. This thing is my baby. It's going on 5 years owning it, and she's a perfect combination of a comfy sleeper and get up and go.
Definitely don't like see. It's not as eye-catching as some other sports cars or even slower cars that they have to make up for it with some crazy angles or whatever. This car is more like you don't know me until you do.
That's actually kind of why I like it, because I was looking at a lot of four doors and CTSVs definitely have a lot more aggressive styling, and even Chargers. I mean, they have a lot of styling, a lot of aggressive lines, and they have their own style. But this car jumped out to me because it kind of blends in. But like once you start looking at it, it's like, okay, what's going on here? Like what is that?
Right. Yeah, like you said, they're really rare. You were having a hard time finding one when you were looking at it, right?
I mean, I was actually looking for a Pontiac G8 for so long. It took me so long to find one that was clean with lower miles that like I ended up just settling. Well, not settling, but I ended up kind of saving up more and saw, became more familiar with the SS's and the updated interior, the LS3, magnetic suspension, and I was like, you know what, like that's what I want. Like it became the car that like I was fixated and dreamed on, and like it took me like a year of looking for one to find one. Like, and even when I bought it, there was only like 5, like at least on Auto Trader, there was only like 5 for sale, like between like Oregon and San Diego. Like it was crazy. And dude, the dealership,
the range up.
Dude, the dealership even printed out, like when they were playing hardball with me, and like they printed out like a map, like, oh, there's only 5 available here, the closest ones in like San Diego. I was like, you think I don't know that? Like I've been looking like every day, like for the last year, and like hoping something would pop up close. And this one was in Livermore, and someone traded it in for like a Jaguar, and I went and bought it the same day I looked at it.
It works out, man. The opportunity presented itself. Did you have a fast car before this, or were you, what gave you
No, actually. So like I actually had a 2-door GMC Sierra 1500. I had that truck for almost 10 years. That was my second car. My first car was just like a hand-me-down old 1993 Nissan Altima, but that car is like my baby. Like I drove it like it was a race car, like
classic Altima energy.
Yeah, exactly,
That's
bro. I had that Altima energy and loud music blasting, dude. Like my own stereo in there that I made, but yeah. So like I actually had that truck for about 10 years, and it was like lowered with like a flip kit on the B springs, and had some like 20-inch wheels and a sound system, and it was like classic like low and slow kind of vibe. Like it still had the 100-mile-an-hour governor on the ECU, so like I couldn't go over 100, but like
that hard limit.
Yeah, so like it was still fun to drive though. I had like the 5.3 liter V8, so like it had a little bit of get up and go for like a small truck,
It still will make you turn around if you don't know what it is, right? Like you still hear them go by.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a lot of fun to drive, and I always wanted a muscle car, and I like had gotten to the point where I was like, like I need to buy something. Like it's always been like something that it was like a passion of mine, and like always like the classic. You hear something drive by and you're breaking your neck. What is that?
Right.
What is it? No matter what it was, like so I needed something on my own, and that's where this car came in.
Sounds like you've been in the car scene for a while. I know you do your Forza stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I know you're pretty into the drifting too. Do you have any ideas as far as what direction you want to take this beauty right here?
I feel like with this thing, my go-to would be just like road course tracking it.
Okay.
Because more the new thing in this car, like as I've had it for like about 5 years, I've pushed it the hardest, like in the back roads and the curves. Like that's where this car is a ton of fun to drive. Like it doesn't feel like it handles like a 4-door sedan or even like a big boat of a sedan. You know, like it squats and it gets like
There's some performance bones in here.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I feel like my plan with this car is going to be to get it out onto the road course whenever I can, and then see how it feels compared to like all the experience I have with it already, and then see where I want to make adjustments here and there, upgrades depending on whether it's suspension or performance-wise. Like, see where I feel like I'm leaving time on the track where I can stiffen it up or whatever I need to do to make it like purpose built, you know. But I actually like got some of that inspiration from like the Australian like V8 supercars.
Right.
Because like once I stumbled across and just dove into the world of Holdens and what they do.
Just gonna
like,
say, yeah.
bro, the V8 supercars are insane. I'm like, these guys are out here. There's a whole class of just sedans racing with like chunky V8s and huge wings in the back and like just flying around like Bathurst in Australia, like going crazy. Oh shit!
Shout out Australia.
Yeah,
we got like that percentage of you guys out from Australia.
If it wasn't for Australians, I'd never have this car, man. Like Chevy would never make a 4-door V8 sedan like this. Like they barely even dabble in that. They let Cadillac take that over. Like they don't want to compete with each other. So like Australians, they had the Wavos to go out here and make a 4-door sedan with the LS3. They got LSAs. They even threw the LS9 in them.
Anything LS the world.
Dude, LS the world. As long as it's got 4 doors or the Maloo man, like in the Club Sport wagon. Like if those were here in America, those would do numbers. But they didn't bother bringing those over. Like those cars, if I could own one of those right now, I'd have this exact car in 3 different versions. I'd have the Maloo Ute, I'd have the Club Sport wagon, and I'd have this. Like,
so you love it.
Yeah,
I love to hear it.
Those are dream cars.
Did you watch Jose or Smokey Bakery's YouTube videos while he was out in Australia?
Oh hell yeah, yeah! I
Bro,
watched all those
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere you go is a Holden or like the Ford. Ford has its own like sister company out there too that has like sedans and little like El Camino style shits. Like I think they got like turbo 6s in some of them, and those make hella power too. And people start upgrading them. But yeah, I was watching Jose's videos while he was out there, just like, dude, I think I commented on that shit too. I was like, bro, this is fucking like Holden heaven.
Holden heaven.
Like 4-door capital of the world, bro. It's gotta be like out here in terms of 4-doors. You only really got people with Chargers, like the Scats and Hellcats, and like you got all the like the CTSVs, G8s, SSs. But out there, it's like everybody's in a 4-door, bro. And like Holden's been making 4-doors forever. Like everybody's in something out there that's different and clean. Or a huge blower hanging out the hood, or like with like freaking bicycle skin. Oh,
pause.
Yeah, right. Hold on, Rubberneck. Yeah, bro, they fucking throw a fucking blower, fucking meth motors in those things, and have like skinny bicycle tires in the rear so they can just fucking smoke them. Like, it's crazy.
It's a different scene.
Yeah, I want to go out there one day.
Definitely, we should make a trip out of it.
Yeah, dude, business trip one day. Soon enough. I'll do my Holden research, maybe bring back the car.
Shit. What's the import time for Australia?
I don't know. There's hella crazy laws in terms of like safety restrictions, and like I don't know if you'll be able to easily get one. I think a lot of people that get them over here do like rebuild titles or something. I don't know. They buy a shell and throw it on a fucking salvaged SS.
Like a wit together.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't really know. Like a lot of people, when there's been ones for sale in the U.S., I see a lot of people like asking questions and hating on them or throwing scrutiny at them, like trying to figure out what it is, how they did it. I don't really know the restrictions regarding that, but you know, maybe as time goes by, some of them get grandfathered in with like, I think it's like 25 years, like all the GTRs or something being imported that were, you know, banned here.
Something just opened up recently, wasn't it? The 34. Maybe?
Yeah, I'm not super learned on GTRs and but I know there's a lot of those being imported now because they reached that 25-year-old grandfather limit. You know?
Right. Wet day today, man.
No, dude, I don't know.
I was ready to
We
show
ain't
this
doing no
thing off.
pools and this type of shit.
Keep it smooth. Keep it in one piece.
Yeah. I do have all seasons on here though at the moment though, just because I daily this shit all the time. So when I go to put it on the track, I definitely need some more sticky tires on this thing.
I was actually gonna ask you. I didn't know you've had it for 5 years now.
Almost 5 years in May. Our anniversary's in May. You know?
Oh, where are you taking it?
I don't know, bro. I might take her to Sonoma. For the sake, somewhere fancy.
Deserves it.
Right? But yeah, it's crazy. Time flies, man. I feel like it doesn't feel like it's been 5 years since I got this car, but it's kind of.
Have you ever thought about selling, or is anything else that's grabbed your attention?
I have, but every time she pulls me back. Just when I think I got out, it pulls me back in.
Take one more ride before I for sure
that's
sell
like,
it.
dude, it's sad. I actually did that one time too, because I was daily in it, and I was like, bro, like I feel like I just don't get the joy out of this car anymore. Then I was like, let me go hit the back roads and see if I can go have some fun, like see if it feels like, it's been a minute. So I went out there and I had some fun, and I came back and was like, man, like I think it was like during COVID and the prices on these things were shooting up, and I was like, man, I kind of want to sell it, but I don't think the only thing that I would ever do is, at least at the moment, I can't really afford to buy another one, but I would trade it for a 6. Personally, I think I would, but those are even harder to find than your typical just automatic,
That's something that you're just gonna be checking marketplace for a while.
Do it forever. But it's yeah, actually, it's funny. I never even thought about that. And I think Joe one time asked me, he's like, "Would you trade it for a 6-speed?" And I was like, "Oh shit, maybe." But
just for that extra engagement.
Yeah, exactly. Especially as over time, like I have another car to drive now. Like I don't need to daily it. Like I'm not driving out. I'm not commuting super far. So like I don't, it's not. Like at first it was like, this is gonna be my baby. This is everything I got was this car,
Right. And was it for a while?
It was, yeah. I was driving out to San Francisco and back, or driving to Barton back, and like it was. But at the same time, dude, like I love this car. Like I fucking put a sound system in here. I have like this seat, this cockpit, I don't know. Everything's comfortable to me. I love it. Like even just being out in traffic and seeing people like chucking juices and like talking to people when I'm getting gas or whatever. Like I just love driving it, So I didn't mind driving to San Francisco. I got 75,000 miles on this thing right now. So like, I've definitely driven it more than most. I've actually seen someone on the Facebook SS group. He just hit like 200,000 miles of this, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, I guess I don't feel too bad about putting 75 on mine. And he's like, yeah, dude, I think he's only had a couple of problems here and there, but he's like,
200,000 miles, it's gonna happen.
He's like, I just got my second 100,000 mile checkup. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, dude, I mean, these things are meant to be driven, Like that's how I've kind of always felt about my cars. So I don't mind driving it. And even when I've talked about tracking it, a lot of people have been like, don't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like you want me to stay out here on the roads having fun? It's like,
I want you to leave it in the garage and not put any miles on it.
I have a garage, so. Yeah, I love this thing, man.
Cool, bro. Well, we're gonna be pulling up here in a second. We'll do a little walk around on the outside of the car, talk a little bit more, and we'll let you guys some plans for the page and the channel in general coming soon here. So
big plans.
We'll catch you guys in just a second.
See you. Like the Halo 3, I would have been your daddy's skull.
Yes, that shit took me 5 hours.
Like, that's the body style you would have.
I know you said you were talking about building this thing out to be a road car, but before you do that, I think it's time that we make our big announcement, our 6K announcement.
I think so too. The people deserve it.
The people deserve it. Thanks to all you guys at home who've been following along, supporting us this whole way. We weren't sure how far this was going to go in the beginning, but now that we feel like this page has some legs, we're ready to get serious about it. I'm really ready to spread our message a little bit more because, it's easy to talk about how accessible racing really is from a GT350, but not everybody has one. So, to pay respects to our message and really what we're trying to do all together, we are going to be doing a new challenge. Basically, for the month of March, for every new follower that we get, we're going to be putting $1 into a bucket for our budget track car build. Basically, our goal with this is to show you guys that it is accessible. We're going to try and buy like a $3,000 to $8,000 car, something that really anyone should be able to get, even for a first car. And we'll be showing you guys the process of getting it tuned up, getting it spec'd out, so that it can go to HPDE and track days. But long term, we should be able to build it out to compete in the spec races. So, that's going to guide what car we go with. We don't know what car we're going with yet, because of course it's not the end of March and we don't know what our budget's looking like. But something to look forward to coming soon to the page. So just wanted to say one more time, thank you guys again so much for the support and for the continued support. This YouTube page is going to be opened up a lot more. This is really our first video doing anything like this, so sorry if we're awkward in front of the camera, but get used to it because it's going to be happening a lot.
I kind of like being in the office here, though. It feels comfortable. This is my safe space. I kind of forget the camera's there and just have a little road dog conversation.
Absolutely. Well, that's the benefit of this comfy SS interior. Right. We get to relax, and then when we want to, we get to have a little fun too. So, yeah, I really think that's going to be it. We had some good talks, got some coffee. We're going to head back to the office and game plan on what we're doing. So, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, drop a race car emoji so we know you're sick like that. Hit that like button, subscribe, all the things, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Take it easy.
Peace.
See you.